from Los Angeles as 2K Sports presents our action live from the Staples Center. Last outing for the Clippers, they won that game against the Warriors in Oakland.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
And the Houston Rockets starting five. Kevin McHale out there at Malone. Then it's Tracy McGrady. Then there's Irving. And it's Hoiberg in at the one. Rockets on defense. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule. Losing to Sacramento.
And one of the factors, Kevin, that really hurt them in that game, the lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanged off the rim. I mean, that's an easy way to get the home crowd in your grill.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
And so it's Houston with it after the three-pointer from Jamal Crawford. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Hoiberg passes to McGrady. An easy layup after coming off the pick. McGrady's got 6.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Griffin a screen on McGrady. Doubled by McHale. Pierce with a wide open look. It's rebounded by Houston. This, their first look at this. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint, that's for sure.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Here's McGrady after Paul Pierce's score. And Irving throws it down.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure, you're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy.
Now here's Griffin. Against Golden State, he was really on his game. Crawford, no one around him. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. 6 points for Jamal Crawford.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
McHale outside, puts it up. It's rebounded by Paul. LA's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Puts it up from 12. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And this game is tied up now.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Hoiberg passes to McHale. Screened by Malone. McGrady. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
Now here's Griffin. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, I briefly spoke with Doc Rivers. He told me that he's looking forward to this matchup. Their first look at this team so far this season. He said they'll look to play up defensively. As usual, their length and shot blocking a great deterrent inside. Kevin?
Okay, thank you, Doris. And the defensive approach, guys, how do you think that'll play out here?
You know, sounds like they'd like to keep this a low-scoring affair. This could be one of those grind-it-out kind of games.
And I'm sure that would suit them just fine. It may not be what the fans want to see or hear, but a win is a win. Come on now. A W is a W, and that's what you're playing for.
DeAndre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
Here's Paul after Tracy McGrady's score. Paul dishes to Griffin, and he goes in for the dunk.
I really think that's the area they want to work the ball into, and it takes passing like that to get it done.
Now, here is McGrady. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Kings in Sacramento. The dish to McHale. Clock at 6. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
And watching DeAndre Jordan, he's really refined his game over the years without losing the athleticism. He's that rubbery, long-limbed athlete that transcends age. And so far, I've seen zero drop-off in his leaping ability and quickness, but no question he's improved his skills and IQ.
Here's McHale following the basket by Chris Paul. Here's McGrady. Nice D from Crawford. Clippers have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Pierce kicks to Paul. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
And talking about DeAndre Jordan, he is displaying an energy level that many scouts wondered if he had. Let's face it, he underachieved a bit in his 1 year in college. He knows that. But when it's come time to do it at the highest level, DeAndre has risen to the occasion.
Now here's Malone. He's coming off a 16-point game against Sacramento. McHale passes to Malone, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Crawford against McGrady. Crawford dishes to Paul. Malone with the block. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. J.J. Redick's checked in for Jamal Crawford.
J.J. Redick.
If you look at Chris Paul, you're looking at a guy who really is the standard bearer of point guards. I mean, he can pass, he can score, he plays great defense. He also competes. But what makes him the floor general that all others are measured against, really the instincts and leadership.
It's Redick on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Griffin. Los Angeles with another miss.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Going back to Chris Paul, if you could build a point guard from scratch, Clark, he might be the model.
Yeah, I tell you what, you could do much worse than him, that's for sure. One of the very best. 6 times he's led the NBA in steals. Just an incredible all-around player. One of the greatest team leaders, I think, in the history of the league as well.
Over the last 2 seasons, he's led the league in assists. You're right. Here's Irving. That's good. Great play set up by T-Mac, Tracy McGrady. McGrady's got 3 assists in the game. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
A different look for the Clippers. Steph checked in for Griffin. And Stevenson comes in for Paul Pierce. And it's Austin Rivers in for Paul.
Josh Smith. Lance Stevenson. Austin Rivers.
Jordan the screen. Redick is in the corner. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Here's McGrady and the powerful one-handed slam.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Count the bucket.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
Here's Malone. Clippers able to drain the 3. He dishes it to McHale. Back to Malone. Clock at 6. Houston needs to get a shot off. It's taken away by Smith. Here's Redick. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Warriors in Oakland.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
And here is McGrady. He feeds it to Malone. They set the pick. And it's McGrady that time on the assist from Moses Malone. McGrady's got 18 points in the game.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Redick with the bucket. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
And Lance Stephenson really couldn't find minutes in Charlotte last season. Ended up sitting out a lot of games as a DNP CD. Not the start he wanted with the new team.
Here's Hoiberg. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Dishes it to McGrady. Shoots off the screen. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Now here's Stevenson. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Pax checked in for the Rockets. There's the pick. McGrady outside. No good with the triple.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
And really, the last few seasons, the Clippers have been one of the most consistently strong teams in the league. A far cry from when they were a bottom feeder back in the day. They have become one of the premier franchises in the NBA.
Clippers trail by 9. Rivers kicks to Redick. Pass to Jordan. Screen by Smith. Jordan dishes to Rivers. The feed to Redick. There's the triple. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots. Greg, as you said about the Clippers, the days of finishing near the bottom every year are over. Clark, a lot of that is Doc Rivers.
Exactly. Since 2012, Kevin, they've had the 3rd best record in the NBA. A lot of loyal fans stuck it out with the team during the dark days, and now they're reaping the fruit.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
It's like everybody is in a rhythm right now. Incredible stuff here early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time. You want to play downhill. Well, at some point you think somebody's got to cool off in this one, right?
Here's Malone, following the score by Josh Smith. 5 to shoot. On its way from Irving for 2, and the shot falls short this time.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Now here's McHale, following the miss by Lance Stephenson. Malone passes to McHale, and they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. That one misses for McHale.
And the Clippers not known for being an outside shooting team, but they take a large amount of deep mid-range twos as well as their fair share of 3. And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
McGrady with the ball. He's got 20. Screen by Malone. McGrady right side. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Rockets lead by 6. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2.